Over the past few weeks, we have been trying to teach our children to do more work around the house. They're quite good at sorting the washing, folding and putting it away on their own. It's becoming more and more rare for me to end up with someone else's underwear afterwards. They dust occasionally, they help clean the windows. There have been attempts to get them to load the dishwasher, to do some ironing. The car has still not been cleaned. My hope was that we'd be able to take this opportunity to basically make the children an extension of my will. That any job I thought about doing would be done by them. I wouldn't call them servants because that would imply that I'd pay them, but they would do all the horrible jobs. Now, me trying to get my children to do all the jobs around the house that I don't want to, it's a pretty bad analogy, but it is the one I'm using. God has work to do on this earth and he has chosen to do it through us. Actually, it's much better than me making the kids do stuff because God has chosen to work with us, alongside us together. In Galatians 2:20, Paul writes, "I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I now live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me." He's trying in the most emphatic way he can to say that because of Jesus, his life has changed. He no longer works for his own desires, purposes, needs. He works according to the purposes of the living God. Together, Paul and Christ work towards Jesus' goals. Together, Paul and Christ work towards the coming of his kingdom. And this is what it means to be a Christian, to reorientate yourself to the works of the kingdom of God. To eliminate your own selfish priorities and set the purposes of God in their place. So that you can say, along with Paul, it's no longer you that lives, but Christ that lives in you. Christ wants to work in you and through you and with you. And it means setting aside your own plans and working for his. So what do you need to set aside today? What do you need to set in its place?